Blue Pearl Oracle back at you again with some very powerful information. We are going through some shadow work, guys. Yeah, February is a shadow month. Everything has gone direct except for Chiron. But again, we are still in the midst of these conjunctions that are creating a lot of bringing a lot of stuff up, bringing a lot of things up within us as a collective and as to our individual choices. So yeah, powerful month for some really major conjunctions taking place right now. We have Venus and Mars coming into conjunction in Capricorn, which I want to talk about a little bit. We also have the Mercury Plutonian or Pluto conjunction that's taking place. Mercury's went direct, and now it's coming back into the Plutonian field. So that's happening right now. Pluto, don't mess around, man. It is about transforming your nervous system to Mercury, and then getting into the Virgo energy of how you actually put things into practical application and ground it to Virgo. So yeah, so interesting stuff. We've also got an asteroid that is conjunct, that's basically going to be conjunct with the stellium at the end of the month. So we're going to have Vesta. Vesta is going to be conjunct with Moon. It's going to be conjunct with Mars and Venus, all in Pluto. Pretty much during the Plutonian return, which is coming up again in about 10 days for the United States, our direct Pluto return. So, it's no wonder we're hearing rumblings of war and all the crazy shit that's going on. I don't even pay attention to most of it. But again, there's nothing to fear but fear itself. So fear really, fear really needs to be dealt with. And when you deal with it and you face it and you transmute it, man, it's freedom. So let's talk about this this conjunction with Mars and Venus in Capricorn. Major shadow work to relationships here. Whenever these two placings come into conjunction, it is about soul contracts and calling up those contracts to review. Looking at your relationships in a very deep way and asking yourself, what is it that I really want here? What is it that I really want to do here with my relationship? And so all of the questioning comes up here with this particular transit, Mars-Venus conjunct in Capricorn. And that's going to move into the Plutonian energies here together. So now we're going to have Mars and Venus conjunct Pluto with a moon and Vesta. What is Vesta? Vesta is an asteroid that is your sacred fire. It's the fire within, and it's the idea is what you hold as spiritual beliefs or a spiritual practice, and then that fire of that spiritual aspect that burns inside of you, that's Vesta. So there's a transformation of fire that's taking place with Moon in Capricorn. We're going to have the Moon in Capricorn, and then we're going to have also taking it to Mars and Venus. So major soul contracts coming up this month for review. Karmic shit off the charts to those relationships, and what needs to die, what needs to be put away, what needs to be put into the coffin and buried and let it rot, let it ferment, transmute, transform, and let it go. Sometimes these are how we have to do relationships. But also as to what something new that's coming into our lives as well, that's ready to be built. So February's been a major shadow time, man. We're running into that because when March hits and we move through this and we start to see Mars and Venus move into Aquarius, and we start to see Mercury move into Aquarius, things are going to lighten up, and we're really going to have some construction going on in context of the air magician of consciousness. So with relationships, with communication, with what we want to build, lotta. So this Mars-Venus conjunction is calling up soul contracts, karmic soul contracts from our ancient past, those we are affiliated with, those we are connected to, whether it's just friendships, close friendships, partnerships, marriages, people who are looking at relationships right now as a main driver in their life. Look, you have to be the main driver in your life. The relationship is just the cherry on top of the flippin' sundae. That's the icing on the cake, so to speak. It's all about empowering yourself to your own individual mindset, working your personal orlog, and then allowing those two relationships, the male and masculine and feminine force, to clear out the reversals and the inversions so that energy can come together and be built correctly. This is what this is saying in Capricorn. It's the Saturnian energies that have been inverted to the masculine and feminine energy that need to be flipped. So we're sitting here and we're going, okay, codependency, I can't live without you. You complete me, all that bullshit. No, you complete yourself in context to your own core and heart core intelligence. And, the male and female complete themselves. This is also bringing up a lot of betrayal issues, a lot of lack of communication issues, a lot of issues about love. Does this person really love me? I mean, they sure don't act like it sometimes. Capricorn can be very cold, very, very cold, and very much like ice. Especially, when you're dealing with relationships, because they can just all of a sudden just not communicate. And then they don't want to talk to you. And Capricorn ascendants, this is how this works. And then, and then they go through all this, stuff in their head to try to figure things out. And then, once they figure it out, then they come back and think, oh, nothing, everything's great. And you're sitting there going, what the fuck just happened? What the fuck just happened? You went out and did your thing, and now you're trying to come back like nothing happened. We need to communicate what the fuck just happened. These are these karmic aspects that, we're still dealing with in context to ignorance and not understanding the inversions of the masculine and feminine, and taking it to the betrayal aspect as well with this conjunction. It is calling up soul contracts. It's calling up soul journeyings together. So, your relationships are karmic in nature until you bring them into a place of alignment. Period. So when you're operating in alignment in those relationships, then they become very powerful and they become world changing. So this is how this is getting routed out. As right now, what's happening is with this conjunction with Pluto and Mercury, the nervous system is getting an upgrade. So Mercury was just retrograde, it's went direct. Now it's transiting the Pluto energies. And so all of that parasitical aspect to your nervous system is all being challenged. People may be feeling a lot of anxiety right now inside, not sure what the hell's going on with their nervous system, how it's firing, how they're feeling inside. And so all that is getting a review right now with a transformation. So, you've got to go with the flow here and let things get reviewed, let things come up with your nervous system, with the communication, taking it to Gemini, and realizing that this energy is giving us a nervous system, a tree upgrade right now. Our tree is getting an upgrade. So, as this happens, it's tearing things down and it's building things up. So anytime you have things come up for review, you're getting an upgrade. You're ready to take the next step of your evolution. This is how planetary alchemy works. So this trance is very powerful. So anyone who has Mercury in Capricorn, or you have Mercury sitting in Scorpio, or you have, let's say you have your Gemini ascendant, what else? Or a Scorpio ascendant, you're definitely feeling this communication thing going on. You're definitely feeling your upgrade to your nervous system, that things are really coming up. And also, getting into understanding that the Capricorn energies setting here are also, dealing with a lot of victim programming right now. Taking it to, the vampiric aspect with relationships. So, you have to create awareness and realize where the hell you're at with the victim's shit. Because that's what drives the narrative to the black hole matrix, dropping us down into that and being siphoned off. And so that's how your nervous system gets routed out, and parasitical consciousness just, driving the signal. So as things are firing, we have to click things into place so that Mercurian energy can really start to send the correct messages, and our mind and our brain and our hemispheres and our mental body and our emotional body are all being in congruent, in alignment, so that the codes and everything that's firing in context to the electricity and magnetism within our physical and etheric body is all firing correctly. This is how it has to happen if you want your codes to come up online and you want to start working with your templating and bringing things into manifestation in context to earth magic, which is what Capricorn represents. So we're getting an upgrade to our earth magic here to the 10th gate right now with this particular transit with Mercury and Pluto. So these are powerful transits. So at the end of the month, we're going to see, Mars, Venus, Moon, and Vesta all conjunct Pluto. So what does that mean? So that means that all these relationships, look, this month, shit's going to break the fuck up. Okay, I'm just saying, all the shit that's either going to get on board with the process of bringing things together correctly, okay, or there's going to be some tumultuous shit come up with these relationships that are just going to crack open the fucking egg, literally. So everything can be exposed as to what's within it. What the motivations are, what the intents are. Why am I even in this relationship? What's the point of this relationship? What purpose does it actually have? Where is it going? Do I need to keep it? Do I really need this fucking thing in my life now? Is it serving my highest good? Or is it just toxic and I'm hanging on to the loop because I'm still codependent? I still need to feel that codependency within me. I still am a victim to someone else's, mindset, someone else's inversion, creating and keeping the same inversions within myself because I don't want to change. I don't want to look at those things that need to change in my life that's within me. So because I'm not willing to look at those things that I want to change in my life, it becomes devouring. It starts to devour me because that which is within is not being ignited. It's not being worked with. It's not being looked at. It's not being activated. It's not being initiated. That's what this transit's all about. Beautiful thing when two people come together in partnership and start to actually work together and bring their spiritual, mental, and emotional and physical lives online to build a fucking empire. Beautiful thing. Awesome. And that's what we're here to do this year. The old shit can't stay anymore. If you really, truly want to learn about this, you want to get into this, you want to wield this energy, that's what this conjunction is all about. That's what both of these conjunctions are all about right now. The Vesta conjunction with Venus and Mars is all about the spiritual sacred fire within the relationship. What are you going to cultivate? What fire are you going to bring? Is it going to be the fire of indifference and frustration, and this relationship is kicking my ass and I hate it because I feel like shit half the time because there's no communication, and then there's pullback, and then there's this and there's that, and then it comes back together and everything's great for a few days or a week or a month, and then the next thing you know, it's back on track to the inversions. Is that what you really fucking want? If that's what you want, go ahead and just keep on those fucking loops. It's bullshit. You know, or are you going to actually have a relationship that's going to empower you? It's going to empower your partner and the fucking world. We become the shining light. We become the lighthouse of intuition, the Cancer energies that, you know, steer the boats in from the choppy waters, from the storms, creating a house of sacred space between the relationship. Man, that's what I want. I want that sacred fire of Vesta in the midst of my relationship, burning within it, within Mars, within Venus, within me, within my partner, within both of us. And that's what this Plutonian energy is all about, transforming those relationships, cutting away, breaking down, tearing down what's not working, and then building up and looking at what needs to work, taking an evaluation, you know. And if and honestly, if the other person, this is the other thing. We wait and we wait and we wait for that other person to come online. We wait and we wait and we wait for that other person to level up. We wait and we wait for that other person to come into their power. And we encourage them and we strengthen them and we send them memes and we do all this stuff waiting for that person to level their ass up. But after a time, that pulls on you. That's what this shit's about right here, man. Either fucking get it or fucking go get devoured. There really isn't any middle ground here. And to those who are really beginning to level up this, you know, this Mars, Venus, Pluto, Vesta conjunction with Moon, right? All about your thought and emotion and your navigation. How are you going to navigate the energies to your Moon, to the Moon energy, right? Which is what gets jammed in context to the Moon, Saturn matrix, and how we get jammed. And you can see that on a person's chart, how their Moon gets jammed. You know, so they're not navigating correctly. You know, so then they get into all these poison cauldrons with cause and effect and karmic bullshit because of ignorance, and then so it feeds back on them, and then they wonder why they're in the shit. See? Why the relationship isn't working? Why the fuck is this relationship not working? What have I done? What did I do? You know, and then you do the text thing. You okay? Everything okay? You know, because you haven't talked. You know, and it's like, you can't even get your ass into a place where you're actually communicating what the fuck you're really feeling inside. That's what these transits are all about right now. Because these partnerships got to come online this year to move forward with dismantling the bullshit on this planet, on this orb. This is where the relationships become imperative and very powerful to the healing process of our planet and the human race. Look, we could work all the magic we want. Any magical system, whatever you want to do, we can work it. We can do whatever. But look, two people walking together in their core, connected to the higher force with the sacred fire burning inside of them to transformation, transmutation, transformation, galactic center shit, booming moments of synchronicity and power, healing moments coming forth, transformative moments, initiating the powerful earth magic to manifest into the reality field, constructing things correctly to the air magic, to the 11th gate. Man, you don't realize how powerful we are. And when two people come together and are wielding this power, it becomes multiplied 10,000 times. That's the thing that you don't get. This is why things have been inverted, because the masculine and the feminine force coming together is what has been divided and separated to the betrayals and to all the bullshit that's been going on this planet for aeons. And we just want to just brush it off like it's no big deal. Well, fuck, it is a big deal. And we got to get our shit together, man. I got to get my shit together. We all got to get it together in context to this transmutation process on rapid fire when this thing comes together. So you got to clear out the karmic shit, man, in context to relationships, and flip those. If you want to stay with your partner, then you've got to clear that out, come into a communication, that conjunction with Mars and Venus, come into a communication together and start literally allowing that parasitical consciousness to be routed out and be tenacious. You got to take your sword out and cut the heads of that thing off, man. You got to cut the roots of that shit. Because the power base behind what's truly ready to manifest, tapping into your core, hardcore intelligence, igniting your sun, your soul together, and then bringing that into a spiritual force on this planet. Imagine if we started doing that, how things would change. That's what this conjunction is all about. Powerful shit, man. So this is the shadow aspects that we're going through right now that we have to clear. How many times have you heard that inner voice tell you, you need to walk away from that, or you need to, address this, or you need to address that, and you just don't listen. And I don't listen either sometimes. I'm like, I don't really want to confront it right now. It's just takes too much energy to confront. You can't not confront it now. It's in your face. Pluto's not going to allow you not to confront it. So either you're going to confront it, or you're going to go deeper into what you're already in. That's the choice of the Plutonian energies. There isn't any fucking gray area with Pluto, man. It's black and white. Get your shit together, man, or get off. Because that, the train is fucking ready to roll, man. So these energies are intense this month, especially with relationships. This is what it's all about this month, guys. And all I can say is that we can fucking do it. And it's guess what? There's going to be some pain involved, okay? All right? There's going to be some damn pain involved because of the connection and the thread that you have going on. You got to, those threads have to be cut to those inversions, and what they're keyed into have to be healed, sealed off, so that healing can take place. And you can't go back to the fucking vomit that was just thrown up. Why would you want to do that? And that's what people do. They go back to it. It's like the woman that gets beat up by her husband or by her boyfriend. And then so she goes through this whole process of being a victim and going through the mindset of the abuse. And then she steps away from it, and then she goes right back to it. Because her lack of self-worth, her lack of confidence, her victim programming, needing a white knight, whatever the fuck, is all sitting there still unhealed, still keyed into, to the thread of those inversions. That's what we have to fucking cut, is the thread of those inversions. What's overlaying us, so that things can come into right alignment with relationships. You can't, you cannot have a relationship with anyone until you yourself have gotten right with yourself. And then that power manifestation can come forth, and you can step into a really powerful relationship. So that's what's going on with these transits. They're very fucking powerful right now, and these conjunctions are really setting us into a place where we don't have a choice. We've got to look. We have to look. We have to look upon the pain and these relationships, and it's painful when you have to cut them off, because you've cultivated maybe years of connection, and these are cosmic connections, so it's not just years, it's lifetimes. So you're dealing with a lot of energy, a lot of karmic energy, a lot of inverted energy, a lot of energy that was birthed out of ignorance. And so, dealing with that, dealing with our families, dealing with our kids, dealing with our siblings, dealing with people in the workplace, all these relationships that just are in our circle become very much up for a review with these transits, especially, the conjunction with Mars, Venus, and Pluto, which is really, truly dealing with the partnership aspect to Vesta, because Vesta is sitting there. And that is all about the sacred fire within, and building that sacred fire with someone to Sagittarius, taking it to the 9th gate of the galactic center, the true fire of magic. Taking it to your Jupiter energies, and then to the Piscean energy as well, of the shaman, where Jupiter sits right now. So that's why Jupiter's in Pisces, and we're having these relationship issues come up, because it's expanding all of the shamanic energies within the templating, so that we can really truly take a look at these aspects and get them right, get them in alignment, get them into a place where things are really starting to click into place, and things are really starting to manifest, and the ignition is taking place with these relationships, and these partnerships is coming online. So if you want to get a hold of me, you want to hit me up, look at your charts, look at your templating, kind of see where things are. The other thing I wanted to talk about was with this particular conjunction right now with Capricorn, with Mars and Venus, it is also sitting on the MC line conjunct. What's the MC line? The midheaven. That's 10th house. So it's sitting on the MC line, which is all about what? Manifesting your purpose. So these relationships are also about, creating purpose within the partnership. Creating purpose within your own Mars and Venus, within yourself as well. So as they come together, when that conjunction happens and it clicks in with that conjunction to the MC line in the midheaven, this is really all about, what needs to be manifested with the partnership to the 10th gate. So looking at a composite chart, you can see that with partners. So, so if you have two people come together, they create what's called a composite chart. So it's all the energies that are connected, creating another templating in context to the purpose, the strengths, the weaknesses, and all the other aspects that come together within the wheel, that you're able to look at to see how that partnership, the purpose of it, and what are maybe the pitfalls, and then what are the strengths, and then how are you going to wield the energy, in context to bringing your purpose and manifestation into a place where it's actually having an impact on not only your lives and what you're creating, but also the collective consciousness as well. So I do composite chart readings as well, where there are partnership readings. So if you want to hit me up, it's www.heartcoreproductions.com. You can hit me up on Facebook, Hardcore Productions, and then you can email me at hardcoreproductions9@gmail.com if you're looking to get some information on your templating or a composite chart as in context to a partnership. I do both of those. So, all right, much love, everybody. Have an awesome midweek going into the weekend. And it's funny, just thought about this, how, the programming of Valentine's Day plays into all this conjunctions. Think about it. It's crazy. We want to acknowledge our better half, who we're in partnership with on Valentine's Day, but yet this conjunction is coming up to take a look at all the energies and really get honest with ourselves. Interesting how that's working on that program to alchemy and transformation. Anyway, much love, everybody. Have an awesome midweek, and I will talk to you down the road. Okay.